So today the church celebrates Saint Pier Giorgio Frassati. He's one of my favorite saints and is the newest saint in the Catholic Church alongside Saint Carlo Acutis. I was in Myrtle Beach the summer of 2022 and was told by a friend about the Catholic community at Carolina Forest who had already been there. It sounded interesting and different, so I went there to attend Mass. I was already briefed, but when I arrived, there was no church. Mass is said in the atrium and lobby of St. Elizabeth Ann Seton High School. And it was at that moment I first learned about Pier Giorgio, and it was at that Mass that sparked my conversion of living a life fully of the world to living a life more centered around Jesus Christ. And he proves something very important. Holiness isn't reserved for monasteries or stained glass windows. It can be lived in hiking boots, in a busy city, in friendships, and most powerfully in quiet service to the poor. But Pier Giorgio was born in Turin, Italy on April 6, 1901, into a well-to-do family. His home life wasn't picture perfect, but Pier Giorgio's heart belonged to Christ. He was full of energy and joy. He loved his friends. He had a great sense of humor, and he loved the mountains. He was the kind of saint who felt real, and that's part of why so many people love him. And he even enjoyed smoking, like an occasional pipe or cigar. But the real summit of his life, it wasn't a peak at the mountaintop. It was Jesus, especially in the Eucharist. And that love didn't stay private. Pier Giorgio, he poured himself into Catholic groups and into works of mercy. He cared for the poor, visited the sick, and gave generously even when it cost him. So he took his faith seriously in public life too, standing for what was true and good, even when it wasn't popular. And he drew his strength from the church, from prayer, and from great saints, especially St. Catherine of Siena and St. Thomas Aquinas. But Pier Giorgio, he didn't treat faith like an accessory. He treated it like a foundation. And in the very ministry that filled his life, he contracted the illness that would take it. And he died in Turin on July 4, 1925, only 24 years old from polio. But his witness remains loud, joyful, courageous, and always looking up, as he would say, to the heights. So on this feast day, ask for the grace to imitate his simple way. Stay close to Jesus and keep climbing one faithful step at a time. So happy 4th of July. Stay safe, everyone. And to God be the glory. I will see you on the next one.